Okay, what's going on? Vincent Rapasardi, Big Blue, Unbiased.com. I told you guys I have a big announcement coming up, hopefully in the next few days, and it's thanks to you guys. So I mentioned that in my previous video, but I just want to mention it again for those who may have not seen that video. Big announcement coming up, and hopefully you guys stick around for, hopefully it's the next video, and you get to see what exactly it is. So I want to start out with that. Thank you to those who've liked, commented, and subscribed. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you turn on notifications. So every time I post these videos, you get a notification. You can come join in on the conversation. You can comment. You can share. Give me a thumbs down. Whatever you want. Okay? You want to judge me on my redness, just getting baked in the sun? Whatever. Make fun of me. I don't care. Have fun. So that's that. All right, so let's get to some Giants-related news. I don't have a mock draft today. I feel like you guys are kind of getting tired of the mock draft thing, so we'll slow it down a little bit. I definitely will do more moving forward. I just probably won't do them every day because I think you guys are just getting tired of them. Okay, so that's that. Today, apparently, there's some mutual interest between Jason McCourty, free agent cornerback, former New England Patriot of the past 3 seasons, and the New York Giants. There's a visit planned. This would be, I think, a really nice move. We talked about in the last video, Ryan Lewis. They waived him. I was not a fan of that, but if you can go out and get Jason McCourty, a proven veteran player, he will be 34 by the time the season starts. And you look at how important the secondary is. You have to be good in the secondary these days. Last season, the top half of the league, the top 16 teams in defensive pass defense EPA, expected points added, pass defense EPA, 10 of those 16 teams made the postseason. So you really need to be good in the secondary. I'm not saying obviously there are different circumstances. Sometimes teams aren't good at this or that, championship contending teams are usually good at, if that makes sense. And for some reason, they just are able to get past it. Remember the 2011 Giants? They were last in rushing. They were 27th in defense, and they won the Super Bowl. That's weird. Usually you don't see that. But sometimes it happens, right? But normally, you got to be good against the pass in today's NFL. A pass-happy league. You got to be good against the pass. And the Giants were 14th in pass defense EPA last season, so they were pretty good. But as I said, 10 of the top 16 teams in pass defense EPA made the postseason last year. So if you can continue to add good pieces to your secondary, I'm all for it. I have nothing against it. If you want to load up on safeties and corners, go for it. Now, if you look at McCourty last year, he was terrible. He allowed over 14 yards per completion, a passer rating of like 131. But the year before that, he was one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. He allowed less than 10 yards per completion, a passer rating of 54. So I'm not saying he's going to replicate that this upcoming season, but if you can get something even close to that, and he wouldn't even be a starting option at this point. They have Adoree Jackson. They have James Bradbury. Darnay Holmes figures to be their slot corner guy. So I guess they can just kind of mix and match and put him in situations that can best allow him to succeed and not overuse him, and kind of utilize him in situations that they think would be best for him in order to get the most out of him. They wouldn't just have to throw him out there and he has to play, 100% of snaps every single week and he's their starting number 2 corner. No, they can just kind of place him where they need to, and if there are injuries, then he can step in maybe for a couple of games, a game here or there, wherever it might be, and you can feel comfortable that he is out there on the field in your cornerback 2 spot or wherever it might be, depending on what the injury situation is. You could feel comfortable he's going to be at least an adequate starting corner, and he has experience doing it. So that's that. Last year he wasn't very good, but the year before that he was dominant. And I'm not saying maybe it was a down year. I don't know. Maybe it's age. He's getting up there in age. Maybe he's on the decline and he's not going to be good moving forward. I don't know. We'll have to see. But like I said, the good thing is if he did sign with the Giants, he wouldn't be in a situation where he could be exposed as much. He's not going to be asked to be a starter unless there is an injury. He's going to be a guy that they would have to use here or there. And if they can get anything close to what they got in what he did in 2019, then it's a home run signing. So look, Dave Gettleman is not holding back this offseason. He's going all out, and he wants to get as many good pieces as possible, and he wants to win right now. This is a make or break year for him and just his legacy in general, because I don't know how many more years Dave Gettleman, let's say they are good this season and he's earned another year as GM. Who knows how many years he's got left? He's getting up there in age. Maybe Kevin Abrams takes over. Maybe it's somebody outside of the organization. We will see. But I think he wants to at least hand this team off, if this is the end, where they're ready to compete. They're a perennial postseason contender. This is obviously a short-term move, but it can really bolster up that secondary, and you can argue it would be the best secondary in the NFL. So that's that. Jason McCourty, mutual interest with the Giants, meeting with the Giants, all that. So that would be really interesting if that happened to work out for both parties.